Jamaica, I am desperate. I am desperate. I'm seeking you to come on board with me. I need the nation. Mighty God, I need help. I need help. I'm looking to you.
The last message she sent me was 3 o'clock. That was the last time I sent her something and she responded. I am begging the Jamaicans, if they know her whereabouts, please contact me. They have a number out there on the media. I just want my daughter. All I want is my daughter. I should be walking with my daughter up the aisle. Look what I have in my hand. I am not bitter, but I am broken.
In February 2024, the quiet fields of Jamaica held a dark secret. A young woman's remains lay hidden in a cane field, a once promising life brought to a tragic end. Her name was Stephanie Williams, but fans knew her as Medic, a rising star in Jamaica's dancehall scene. Stephanie wasn't just another talent in the music world. She was vibrant, ambitious, and utterly dedicated to her dream. Yet, behind her, success was a man most would never have trusted, a man who was controlling her life from behind bars. His name was Dwight White Knight Gale, and he was no ordinary manager. White Knight was a convicted killer. Serving a 25-year sentence, Stephanie's family watched with growing concern as her relationship with White Knight deepened. To her, he was a guiding figure, a man who promised to support her dreams, but to her family, he was a shadow cast over her life. Rumors began to swirl of jealousy, possessiveness, and even threats to those who got too close to her. Stephanie Williams, known by her stage name Medic, was more than just a rising star in Jamaica's dancehall scene. She was a breath of fresh air. With her deep, soulful voice and unapologetic lyrics, Stephanie captivated audiences from all walks of life. Fans admired her raw talent, her striking beauty, and the confidence she exuded in every performance. It was easy to see that Stephanie was destined for greatness, and with each new track, her following grew, sparking excitement in Jamaica's bustling music scene. Growing up, Stephanie had dreamed of using her voice to make an impact. Despite humble beginnings, she worked tirelessly, performing at local events and recording in small studios whenever she could afford it. She was known for her work ethic and her kindness, making friends wherever she went. Stephanie believed that her music could be a force for change, an inspiration for young women who looked up to her. Her lyrics often touched on themes of empowerment and resilience, resonating with fans who saw her as a voice for the voiceless. But in the midst of her ascent, Stephanie crossed paths with Dwight White Knight Gale, a man whose admiration would soon turn into something far more dangerous. White Knight was known in certain circles as a charismatic yet violent figure, with a 25-year prison sentence for murder. From his cell, he maintained control over various criminal activities, yet he became infatuated with Stephanie, seeing her as the embodiment of his dreams. Stephanie initially found comfort in White Knight's letters, viewing him as a misunderstood soul who, like her, had faced hardships and fought for his place in the world. His admiration felt flattering, and she believed she had found someone who understood her struggles. White Knight's promises were tantalizing. He would support her, protect her, and use his connections to elevate her career. He sent funds for her music projects, orchestrated photo shoots, and made arrangements from afar. Stephanie saw in him a committed partner, someone who truly believed in her dreams. To her, he was not just a manager. He was a man who saw her potential and vowed to stand by her side as she rose to stardom. As the months passed, Stephanie's devotion to White Knight deepened, but so did his control over her life. He dictated who she could associate with, demanded details about her every move, and grew increasingly agitated at the thought of any competition for her affection. His jealousy, cloaked as love, became a constant presence in Stephanie's life. Friends noticed how she grew more withdrawn, her usual warmth replaced by a guarded demeanor. She canceled outings, avoided calls, and stopped collaborating with people he deemed untrustworthy. Stephanie's family, particularly her mother, began to worry. They saw the change in her. Her once vibrant spirit seemed dulled, overshadowed by an invisible cloud. Her mother's warnings went unheard as Stephanie convinced herself that White Knight's possessiveness was simply his way of showing how much he cared. She had grown so dependent on his approval, on the validation he provided, that she dismissed concerns from those closest to her. To Stephanie, he was her rock, her protector, and her biggest fan, even if his influence had become overwhelming. But the pressure of White Knight's demands began to affect her career. She missed opportunities, and her creativity waned under the strain of his constant surveillance. Her music, once her refuge, now felt like an obligation to appease him. The art she loved, the passion that had once defined her, was being swallowed by a relationship that left her feeling confined. Stephanie was in denial, trapped in a world where love and control had become inseparably tangled. In August 2023, White Knight arranged a photo shoot for Stephanie in Ocho Rios, sending a car to pick her up. Stephanie, despite her friend's concerns, saw it as a chance to advance her career and placate White Knight, who was growing increasingly paranoid about her interactions with others. She left, reassuring her mother that she would return soon. But that day would be the last anyone would see of her alive. When Stephanie failed to return, her family's initial worry escalated into terror. Days passed with no word, and her mother's fears were soon confirmed. Stephanie was missing. Her family launched an extensive search, pleading with the public for any information that might lead them to her. Flyers with her picture flooded the streets, and her mother's voice broke through the news as she implored, "Please, if anyone has seen my daughter, please help us bring her home." The community joined the effort, with fans, friends, and strangers alike spreading the word. Social media campaigns sprang up, urging anyone with information to come forward. Her mother, a pillar of strength despite the growing despair, refused to give up, clinging to the hope that Stephanie would come back to them. She offered a reward of 1 million Jamaican dollars, hoping that someone, somewhere, knew something. Weeks turned to months, and Stephanie's face became a symbol of heartbreak and desperation. The search extended beyond Jamaica, capturing the attention of international supporters who had followed her career. But despite the countless prayers and sleepless nights, there was no sign of the young star who had once lit up every stage she graced. In February 2024, the search ended in a devastating revelation. Authorities discovered Stephanie's body in a remote cane field, her life cut short in a brutal act of violence. Evidence pointed to White Knight, who allegedly orchestrated her murder from his prison cell. Unable to let go, consumed by jealousy, he is believed to have arranged for her life to be taken by associates who followed his orders. His need for control, his inability to accept that Stephanie might choose freedom over his hold, drove him to commit the ultimate act of possession. The news shattered the Jamaican community, leaving fans and family in shock and grief. Stephanie's mother, devastated but resolute, publicly forgave those involved, finding strength in her faith and in the love she held for her daughter. Her forgiveness was both a message of grace and a refusal to let anger consume her, a remarkable testament to the power of love amidst unthinkable tragedy. Stephanie's death has become a cautionary tale, her life a tragic reminder of how possessiveness and control can masquerade as love. Her story highlights the importance of recognizing signs of an abusive relationship, where jealousy becomes dangerous and control stifles one's spirit. Stephanie, once a beacon of hope for young women, lost her life to a relationship that robbed her of the freedom she fought so hard to achieve. Her mother, in her grief, has become a voice for awareness, encouraging young people to value relationships that uplift and empower rather than confine. Through Stephanie's story, she hopes to inspire others to seek support if they find themselves in controlling, dangerous partnerships. Friends and family who watched Stephanie's decline urge others to be vigilant, to look out for loved ones who may be struggling in silence. The Jamaican community continues to honor Stephanie's memory, not just as an artist, but as a reminder of resilience, courage, and the need for self-worth. Fans and advocates alike have rallied around her story, using it as a platform to discuss the red flags of abusive relationships, the power of self-love, and the strength to walk away from situations that threaten one's safety. In her memory, they hope to prevent other lives from being lost to violence. Though Stephanie's voice has been silenced, her message resonates louder than ever. Her life, filled with talent and potential, serves as a powerful testament to the importance of true love, one that respects, protects, and supports rather than controls. Stephanie's tragic end is a rallying cry for awareness, a call for courage, and a plea for empathy for those trapped in the darkness of possessive relationships. Through her memory, her community finds strength, vowing to protect others from the fate that claimed her. Her music, her laughter, and her dreams live on in the hearts of those who loved her, serving as a beacon for others to follow a path of self-respect, love, and freedom. And in this legacy, Stephanie Medic Williams will forever shine. Stephanie Medic Williams may have left this world far too soon, but her story remains a powerful call to action, a reminder that love should never come at the cost of freedom or safety. Her music and memory inspire us to cherish relationships that uplift, to recognize the red flags that may signal danger, and to support those who find themselves in the grip of possessive or controlling partnerships. Her mother's strength and forgiveness shine as a testament to resilience, showing us that even in our darkest moments, love and grace can guide us forward. Stephanie's voice lives on in every conversation about healthy love and self-worth, every story shared to bring awareness to the warning signs of abusive relationships. As we remember Stephanie's life and the light she brought into the world, let her legacy remind us all to seek love that nurtures, friendships that empower, and a community that stands together against violence. Though Stephanie is no longer with us, her spirit continues to inspire, to warn, and to guide. In her honor, may we carry forward her dream of a world where love is a source of strength, not a force of control, and where everyone is free to pursue their passion, their joy, and their peace. Rest in peace, Stephanie. Your legacy lives on in the hearts of all who loved you, a beacon of hope for generations to come. If Stephanie's story moved you, help us spread awareness. Subscribe, like, and share to support our mission of telling stories that matter. Together, let's keep her legacy alive.